Unfortunately, in 2003, my older son, he was complaining a lot about having a pain on his right leg. I kept taking him to the doctor. The doctor said that it was just spasm. They gave me some medications for him, and days later, or actually weeks later, I went to my medicine box, and I noticed that I had a bottle of 180 ibuprofen pills, and they were almost all gone in less than 3 months. I didn't know what was going on. My son kept complaining about having pain. He also asked me to go to the local pharmacy to buy some icing hot and stuff like that to, I guess, for the pain. I did another appointment for him. My husband took him. They touched the bump that he had on the leg, and they gave him the same diagnosis. It was just a spasm because he was very active. Gave some creams, lotions, and a bandage for him to cover it. The following week, my husband and my kids, they went to Mexico on vacation. I met him a week later, and unfortunately, one day my son had a lot of fever. While we were on vacation, I took him to the local doctor. They made all kinds of tests on him, and he noticed that his blood counts were extremely high. He gave him some infection medicine, and he suggested for me to take him to the doctor as soon as we came back here home, which I did. The following Monday, I had a doctor's appointment with the orthopedic. He only touched the leg, looked at me, and he asked me that he needed to talk to me, not in front of my other kids nor my kid. So he took my number. He took another x-ray, and we went home. An hour later, he gave me a call, and he explained to me that he couldn't talk to me about it because my other kids were present. So he said that he had suspicious that it was something serious, and for me to show up the following day with him. They did all the necessary testing, and he was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, metastasized on the lungs and other areas. They did the protocol for him to follow his chemotherapies, and he started his chemotherapies pretty much like a month later. I started gathering at my local church and praying for him for his well-being. And I met this person that said that he knew a product that it was good for what my son had. So without thinking twice, I went ahead, got his card, and the following day I went and bought the product, started giving the product to him, and in 2005, the name of the product was Arcoming. I bought it. The store was at Huntington Park. I gave it to him regardless, either he was at the hospital or at home. His chemotherapies were really, really strong. He had 3 different kinds of chemotherapies. One was a 24-hour process. The second one, it was an 8-hour process. And the third one, it was a 72-hour. So I was pretty much every day at the hospital. As you know, chemotherapies are very, very devastating for whoever receives it, and all the side effects. At the beginning, he was throwing up, and everything that it's involved on the side effects, he got it. He started taking Arcoming. I gave it to him constantly. Eventually, his blood counts start rising up, and eventually the following week, same, everything was rising. white counts, platelets, and everything was going up. And the nurse insisted. He says, with this chemotherapy, we're going to knock him down. And what are you doing? Why we can't knock you down? So they were expecting for him not to be able to resist all the chemotherapies that he was having. I gave it to him for the 6-month term that he was receiving his chemotherapies. And the last chemotherapy that he received on the 72-hour was the only time that he was able to delay the 2 weeks because of his platelets were low. I gave him another full bottle. 2 weeks he was back on it, received the last one. 2 months later, they removed a tiny little tumors that he had on his lungs. They removed about a 4-pound tumor on his leg. And up to this date, back when he first got it, he was only 16 years old. Now he's 34, cancer-free since. They remove everything, no catheters, no nothing, after the 6 months. Doing his normal life. He had the energy strong enough to be able to be gathering with friends. And up to now, he keeps doing his normal life. Unfortunately, back in 2020, my daughter, at 26, he was diagnosed with leukemia. I went back looking for the company back in Huntington Park, and the store was closed. I learned from one of my nephews that he knew a person that was selling the same product, because he helped my son drink the product. He used to stand in front of him and, you know, you drink one cup and I drink the other one. So they share, and he remembered the bottle. He says he sells it. And I said, I need the number right away. The following morning, I called the person that sells the product, got me to now name Hilo Team, better product, stronger product. I bought it. I gave it to my daughter. Unfortunately, even though with the circumstances that she was not able to receive the visitations at the hospital, I managed to take it in. I used to take a meal every day at the hospital, and I used to replace his cup of soda with Limpincell. So even though she was receiving the chemotherapies, she was losing eyesight. Her heart was failing. She was not able to resist every chemotherapy. Her heart was too weak. A month later, they repeat the testing. They did another test, and it came back negative. After a month of taking Limpincell, her leukemia remains clean. She is cancer-free, and I have no words to thank God and thank this company and the person that brought me into this company. And I'm continue to offer the product without second thoughts. It works. It does the job. On me, I have some documentation that it shows. It documents from Kaiser Permanente, where it certifies that my son had what I just said, and as well as my daughter. It's documented in Kaiser, proves back in October she had it, received 8 blood transfusions, 10 bags of platelets, and now she's cancer-free with no needs whatsoever. Thank you.